Between Steam Next Fest and Summer Games Fest, I've been playing a ton of demos, so here's a video of some of my favorite games that I've played throughout the week. If you see anything you like, definitely put it on your wish list, and most of these games will be coming out in the coming months, maybe up to a year, but I will have links to all of them below in the description. So with that said, let's get right into the video. There was no way I wasn't going to talk about this, and there's no need to bury the lead. The Ninja Gaiden Ragebound demo is fire, and you absolutely need to play it. As much as I do love 3D Ninja Gaiden, 2D will always have my heart. And man, this game it plays like butter, man. Controls are responsive, the movement feels great, the platforming feels great, the visuals are amazing with this pixel art. Aside from your standard, slicing and dicing, they've added this hypercharge mechanic that's fire. You also have another side character in the demo named Komori, who helps you in certain sections of the stages. And man, this game is just great. It feels modern, but still has some of that old school Ninja Gaiden toughness that I love. And I actually did a video of me completing the first stage on hard mode without dying, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But if you like 2D action platformers, or if you're just a Ninja Gaiden fan in general, Ragebound is an absolute must play, and you should 100% put this on your wish list. Absolum is a beat-em-up roguelike made by the same folks who did Streets of Rage 4, and bruh, I cannot say enough good things about how dope this game is. It hits all of the check boxes: the gameplay, the art style, the animations, the voice acting, the soundtrack. This game hits on all cylinders, and it is easily one of the best and one of my favorite demos that I've played this week. You have multiple characters to pick from, and you can run this in co-op. Basically, you're on a journey to stomp out the Sun King, Azrael, because he's a hater and he wants to get rid of magic. So you got to take him and his supporters out so that y'all can, kind of reclaim the land, and you'll be gaining new abilities, getting upgrades, pulling off some dope combos, and there are multiple pathways that you can take on your runs, which makes the world just feel a little more open than most beat 'em ups. And yeah, Absolum, this is a certified banger. This is going to be some heat, and if you like beat 'em ups or you like roguelikes, this is a no-brainer for sure. If you enjoy games like Little Nightmares or Limbo, then you're probably going to want to check out One Way Home. This is a creepy, atmospheric puzzle platformer where you play as this little kid who wakes up after I think was a car accident, and the world he now finds himself in, I'm pretty sure, is a little bit different than the one he was in before the accident happened, and he has to use his environment to solve puzzles. So he's going to be throwing rocks at different items, getting platforms to fall. He's got to dodge these little creepy monster things. It's some weird stuff going on in this world, but what I really like about it is there are different routes that you can take throughout the game, and each route has an effect on the areas you visit and kind of how the story plays out, which I thought is a really nice touch. So I really enjoyed this one, and I hope little homie find his way home, because he is out here just going through it. There's so much weird stuff happening. But yeah, if you like puzzle platformers and you want one with more of a horror twist to it, then check out One Way Home. This might be for you. Corebreaker is an action platformer mixed in with some roguelike elements, and you play as this little robot named Nova, and you run around in the different rooms on the map. You shoot stuff, you dash, you jump, and you try not to get killed. And you'll of course find little power-ups on the way. You're gonna get some additional weapons that you can use, and you'll be leveling up. And let me just tell you, bro, this was pure fun. This demo had me in a chokehold. I was legit mad when this was over. I love how fast-paced it was. And one thing, a little subtle thing I really like about this game is when you're moving throughout the map, they let you fast travel back to any room that you've already been to. So as the map gets bigger, you're not wasting a bunch of time, backtracking. You can get in and get out and kind of just keep it moving. So it keeps the flow of the game at a nice pace. And this game for me is just pure fun, man. Just running, jumping, shooting. It's just, I don't know. This was so much fun. Love the pixel art. Soundtrack has some slappers on here, man. This was really dope. So if you like action platformers, definitely give Corebreaker a look, man. This one was a lot of fun. Well, I know one of y'all out there is like me and you like hack and slash games, and if you do, then you need to check out Morbid Metal. This is a hack and slash roguelite where you get to pull off some fast-paced combos, lots of slicing and dicing, dodging and pulling off these cool counters. You got some special moves that are real. These special moves are fire, man. They got some real cinematic looking moves where stuff starts slowing down. The one little robot dude hits a cool little pose before he does his. I like it, man. This is my kind of violence. But yeah, this game is pretty straightforward and to the point. You're going to be just clearing out rooms. You're going to be getting upgrades and perks as you go along. And my favorite part of this game is that you can shapeshift into other characters. Now in the demo, you only have one other character that you can shapeshift into, and the play styles to each character is a bit different. The main one that you start with is much more faster, a little more nimble, and the second one has a heavier weapon, a little slower but more powerful. But the robotic designs for both of these characters I feel like are fire. And yeah, that's just like I said, this is really straightforward. If you just want to hack, slash, slice and dice and have some fun while you're doing it, then Morbid Metal is the game for you, and you should put this on your wish list. Beat 'em ups have been having a crazy renaissance these last couple of years, and another one that is coming out is Toxic Crusaders. And this game, you're going to be running through the mean streets of Tromaville. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but you're going to be throwing hands, and you get to throw cards, which is kind of fun. You're going to be beating up some goons as you take out the main villain, or working to take out the main villain, whose name is Dr. Kilimoff. And the art style to this game, top notch. It has a really just strong retro feel to it. In terms of the soundtrack, in terms of the dialogue, it's kind of cheesy in like a 90s nostalgic kind of way. And it gave me some TMNT vibes. I definitely got some TMNT vibes while I was playing this. And I would say it didn't have the deepest combat, at least in the demo. Maybe you get more moves in the real game. But I still like the gameplay. You've got multiple characters to pick from, so that does help mix things up as everybody plays different. I didn't even play with everybody. I played with the dude who beats people up with a mop and the chick with the accordion. But this game has a lot of personality to it, a lot of charm to it. So if you like beat 'em ups, check out Toxic Crusaders. I think you'll enjoy this one. I've had my eye on Mio for a while, and I'm so glad I finally got a chance to play this. If you don't know, Mio, or Memories in Orbit, is a Metroidvania where you basically explore this huge vessel and you talk to its inhabitants. You kind of figure out the mysteries of the vessel and what's going on with the people there. And this demo gives you a lot to explore. You can easily get 2 hours, maybe even more if you actually do everything out of the demo. But the game looks beautiful. The soundtrack is beautiful. The combat is pretty simple and easy to grasp. The platforming, the jumping's a little floaty, but nothing too crazy. And you will of course be finding upgrades and modifiers to help you in combat, and help you to find new ways to traverse to new areas that you couldn't previously get to. And you got a couple of boss fights to do if you do play the demo. And the boss fight music, the boss fight music in this game hits. It's so good. But yeah, man, Mio, this checks all of the Metroidvania boxes for me, as far as having a world that's worth exploring, having some solid combat. And this was hitting on all cylinders for me. So if you like Metroidvanias, definitely put Mio on the wish list. I think you'll enjoy this one. Now, I don't know anything about mountain climbing, and I'm going to show a clip as to why I had no business playing this game. But Cairn unexpectedly became one of my favorite demos of the week. You play as Ava, who is embarking on a journey to climb Mount Kami, which apparently has not been done before. And in the most literal sense, you're going to guide her limb by limb as she ascends upward, grabbing on the ledges, making sure your feet placement and your hand placement is good, using gear when you need to, and doing whatever you can to make sure that you don't fall. And there are also some survival elements in this game, as you need to keep Ava with supplies so that she can eat, survive, and heal herself in the events that she gets hurt. And yeah, I never thought I would really play something like this, but this was a lot of fun. It was stressful in like the most fun way. And yeah, man, I don't know, the art style of this is really good, and I never thought climbing would bring out this many emotions. But yeah, as you play this game, man, just watch your step and don't hit the panic button, or you might end up like me. Roll the clip. Hey, we got this. Oh my god. Oh! Hey, but just stay down. Just stay down. Silly Poly Beast might be the most unique game that I have on this list, and honestly, this one's kind of hard to describe. But you play as a 17-year-old named Polly, who's also a mute, and she happens to be wanted for arson. And she's on this really strange adventure trying to find her sister. And then some really weird things start happening. And like gameplay wise, this is like part shooter, part adventure, a little bit of horror mixed in. The gameplay for me wasn't the smoothest, but I really like the weirdness just overall of the world. And I thought the art style was pretty dope, and I like the way the camera does these like perspective shifts as you go to certain areas. And I don't know, this game was just weird in ways that continue to just hold my attention, from the different creatures that you run into. The narrative was, I didn't understand everything. It was a lot going on, but I liked it in a weird kind of way. And I don't know, this one had just a really unique feel to it that I enjoyed. So if you want something, I think that's a little left field, you like some horror, but you want some adventure mixed in, give Silly Polly Beast a look, man. Has a different feel to it, but you might enjoy this. So I think it deserves a spot on your wish list. If you're somebody who's an action junkie, I might have a fix for you in the form of this game called TEXNOPLAZM. Hopefully I said that right. But yeah, in TEXNOPLAZM, this is chaotic, and you get to punch people really hard, and that's enough for me. This is a first-person brawler where you're going to be punching, you're going to be shooting, you're going to be using melee weapons, and beating up every single person that you come across. And you play as what's called a doll, who apparently she broke free from, I guess, like her regular standard programming, and now that she is free from the shackles, she's beating up everybody. And there's more to the story, I think, than that. They explained it in the beginning, but that's what I got from it. But yeah, this game is fast, it is frenetic. I enjoy the combos she can pull off. She has a dope parry that she can do that leads to air combos. I didn't know until I saw another video today that apparently you can parry the train. I didn't know that was a thing, but that's fire too. And the sound design of this game, I think, is pretty good. The punches sound so impactful that it just makes you want to keep punching. But if you want to punch, shoot, run up walls, jump, and move at a really fast pace and fight some enemies while you do it, TEXNOPLAZM might be the game for you, so check this one out. Wheel World is a really chill game that's all about bike riding, exploring, and racing. And you play as Cat, who meets this little floating head skull thingy named Scully, and he needs your help to carry out some kind of ritual to keep Wheel World from collapsing. And along the way, you're going to get to meet some interesting folks in Wheel World, and you get to race them, you get to upgrade your bike. And I like the art style. I thought the soundtrack was dope. It was very fitting for the game. Gameplay, as far as racing goes, I feel like was pretty simple and easy to grasp. You know, you pedal, you can drift behind people. They have like a little boost move that you can do. And as somebody who plays a lot of stressful games, it felt good to just play something that was just pretty relaxing, very chill. Like I said, just like the art style and the overall vibe of the game for me. This was something I could play and just kind of relax and just kind of chill out for a little bit. But yeah, Wheel World, man, this was pretty fun. I enjoyed this. So if you want to play something a little more laid back, give Wheel World a look. Dispatch is a narrative-driven, superhero-themed strategy game where you play as Robert Robertson, aka Mecha Man, who works at a dispatch center where he has to manage a group of misfits, to say the least. And he's managing this group of superheroes, and he has to assign them to help out the city as problems start to pop up. And based on their abilities, their personalities, and their traits, you have to quickly figure out, who's best to send who for what job. And, you got to make sure you pick the right person to ensure that the best outcome happens. And that's kind of where the strategy of this comes in. And Dispatch is also really heavy on narrative, so you're going to be having conversational choices to make. And bro, this game is funny. This game is hilarious. And the narrative premise, I think, of this is pretty promising. And I don't play a lot of strategy-based games, but I'm always here for a good story, especially one with this kind of comedy in it. So I'm 100% looking forward to this full release. I believe this was made by some of the same writers and directors who did Wolf Among Us. So that narrative, bar is pretty high. It looks like they're going to meet it. But if you like narrative-driven games mixed in with some strategy, mixed in with some superheroes, this is wildly entertaining. And yeah, definitely check this one out. Wonder Stars is a turn-based RPG, and as you can probably tell from the art style, this is heavily inspired by 90s anime, especially Dragon Ball Z, and it very much has a 90s anime feel to the story and the characters, and it has that 90s anime like adventure kind of feel. Those are the vibes I got from this story. And you play as Ringo, who ends up on quite the adventure after running what was supposed to be a pretty simple errand for her grandmother, but that turned into a whole situation. And what makes this a little different than other turn-based RPGs is the word system. So you have these standard attacks, and then you have words that you attach to the attack. So the words give the actions, and that's what they label them as. They give the actions different effects and attributes. So you kind of mix and match your words with actions to kind of find out what's the best method of attack. Kind of like life, you know, your words and your actions, they matter, you know, stuff like that. But love the artwork, love the charm and the heart that this game has. Like I said, I'm not a huge turn-based RPG person, but anything with this 90s anime aesthetic is gonna grab my attention. It's kind of a cheat code, and it worked. So yeah, I enjoy Wanda Stars, man. I had a good time with this. So if you like turn-based RPGs, and especially if you like anime, this is one that you might want to put on your radar. If you want even more gems, I did another video like this for a previous Steam Next Fest, and some of those games still haven't released. So if you want to add even more games to your wish list, go check that video out. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. My name is Serial Sensei. Y'all stay safe, y'all stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next video.